All right, Coach, well, you did a very fast sweep against DKU, an hour and 20 minutes on that match. You have to feel good about that. Talk about the match a little bit.
You know, it was a fun environment for us. We had a great crowd. Offensively, it was probably our best performance of the season so far. We were really clicking. I shared with the team, I don't know that I've coached a team that has scored 23 of their 25 points in the first set off of kills. And to be honest, I was a little concerned because we were executing at such a high level offensively, yet EKU was, right in there, especially in the second set as well. So, I knew we had to step some things up defensively, and I thought our team really answered the call, and it was fun to see them kind of end things with an exclamation point in the third set.
Absolutely, and you mentioned that the team played well as a whole. I'd have to absolutely agree. They were gelling very well together tonight. At this point in the season, now that you're 3-0 in the OVC and you've played some good non-conference, how do you feel about this team as a whole?
I feel good with where we are. We're 3 matches into the OVC schedule, and obviously with 3 wins, you got to be happy with that. But at the same time, this is still a process. We'll always look at a performance and say, okay, these are things that we did well, but here's some areas that we can get better at. Offensively, it may be a little bit challenging at times to find some things that we need to get better at, because if we can perform like that throughout the season, I think we'll have a lot of success. But overall, I feel really good where we are, and these 2 guys really stepped things up for us on the outside. They were a big part of it.
Absolutely. Now, you talk about there's not a lot of problems on offense, so would that lead to think there might be a little bit you can work on the defensive side?
Yeah, I think we're a more physical team than I think we're blocking right now. With the athleticism and the size that we have at the net, I think we should be a little bit more efficient. Back row, we got a lot of digs, but we want to make sure that we really take care of those and give us good opportunities to run a transition offense. And our serving has been a little bit inconsistent. We started off a little bit soft, but then really picked it up. So making sure that we can keep that as a staple part of our play is going to be big.
All right, and Aaron, I'll talk to you for a second. You had a career-high hit percentage tonight. You had 10 dids and also a good high number in kills as usual. How do you feel your game is doing right now, and how do you feel you guys are doing as a team?
Well, right now I feel like I'm clicking with Caitlin. She's giving me some really great sets up there, and of course our passing is always doing good. So anytime that me and my setter can click and have a good game, it's gonna have a great produce. So right now I'm feeling pretty good, and as a team as a whole, we're doing really great out there. We're gelling and we're having fun, and when we have fun, we do our best. And tonight was a really fun environment.
Of course, and Ellie, I'll talk to you. You have well over 175 kills so far this season. I don't think people in the OVC understand how crazy that number is. That's hella good. But aside from that, how do you feel the team's doing so far, and where do you think you guys can improve?
I think our team's really gelling well for this early in the season. We actually have a pretty young team, and so the fact that we're all coming together and staying on our side, we talk about it before almost every game we play, about just staying within the team and staying positive, and I think that really helps us continue to excel.
All right. And Coach, I've got 2 more questions for you. My first one would be, how important has it been to have these OVC games at home?
It's big. When we talk about trying to win a championship, you're not going to win championships at home, but you can lose them at home. We've got to make sure that we defend our court and our home opportunities, and then go out and try and pick some people off on the road. This is a very challenging conference, especially once you get into some of the hostile environments. So when we have opportunities to play some quality teams like EKU and Tennessee Martin coming up on Saturday, you've got to really capitalize on those opportunities, because it's going to be much harder for us to get this job done in Richmond in next month.
Oh yeah, and my last question would be, this Saturday you have UT Martin coming up. Taken from this EKU game, I know it was very fast-paced, you did very well offensively, but what things will you have to take from this game, and what will you have to work on in the next couple of games to get another W and stay undefeated in the OVC this Saturday?
Well, I think offensive performance is going to be important, and that all starts with our pass. EKU is a great defensive team, so for us to have the type of offensive success that we did tonight is really good. But at the same time, Tennessee Martin is coming in probably with the best defense in our conference, and they do it in a very balanced way. They're leading our conference in blocks, but they're also leading in digs, and you rarely see that type of defensive performance on both fronts, at the net and in the back row. So I think these guys are going to have some challenges ahead of them, but I also know that they're excited for the opportunity.
All right, thank you, Coach.